Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, listen, part of the role here of Washington Gun Law is to provide you, the viewer, with the most objective and up-to-date information humanly possible so that you can decide what that means to you and make intelligent, informed, and educated decisions based upon that. What I've been trying to do over the last week or so is keep us all posted on the ever-moving target that is the ATF scavenger hunt on these forced reset and wide open triggers. Now, over the course of the last few days, I've had an opportunity to discuss this issue with many of you in all corners of the country, and I have learned quite a bit. And if I don't pass this information on to you, you will not have all the information you need to decide how you best want to handle the situation if you find yourself in it. So we're going to do a little something different today, but this is what we're going to do. It's called Up to the Minute News, what's happening in the world of triggers today. Okay, so the issue we're talking about today is the ATF scavenger hunt for the forced reset trigger, the wide open trigger, and in some instances, solvent traps. There are three issues that I want to do. So in this kind of newscast style format that we're doing today, there are three separate issues, all related to the FRT or wide open trigger, that you need to be aware of. Issue number one. We did a video yesterday where we accused the owner of Rifle Remedy 2000 of being an ATF agent. We accused them of that because it was ridiculous how many people had received nasty little letters from ATF about items that they had purchased from Rifle Remedy 2000. My theory, as well as others on the YouTube, out here in the YouTuberverse, is when there is that much smoke, there is fire. Now, when I posted this video yesterday, in the description box, I put a disclaimer, said, hey, Rifle Remedy 2000, if you're a real person, come forward, talk to me, and I'll clear the record. Well, earlier today, the individual who is, in fact, Rifle Remedy 2000 contacted me, and I want to clear the record. This person is not an ATF agent. This person is not in law enforcement. This person's a college kid. Okay, he's a really bright young man who was trying to make some extra money through his gun broker account to help pay for tuition. He's at a really prestigious major state university. I'm not going to name the university. I'm not going to tell you where he is. We have another video coming out here in a little bit. This video right here that's going to really clear everything up. But here's the big news. The big news is that some other people also believe that Rifle Remedy 2000 was an ATF account. They got a hold of that person's information, and it is now being circulated in the hopes of doxing this kid, okay? This is a college kid who was trying to make tuition money. So I am kindly asking all of you out there, the lawful and responsible gun owner nationwide, your beef is not going to be with Rifle Remedy 2000. Your beef is going to be with the manufacturers or with the ATF. It's not going to be with this kid. So I'm asking all of you very kindly, leave the kid alone. That's the first update I want to give you. Now, the second update I want to give you is what is happening to people out there who decide to just handle this issue on themselves. Now, I have been saying that I believe the best way to handle this is to get an attorney involved. I want you all to understand that I am not saying that because I'm trying to get your business. Am I working with several of my viewers on this issue? Yes, I am. Am I the only lawyer in the world that can handle this issue? Absolutely not. Are there other very competent lawyers in your jurisdiction that can handle this issue for you? There most definitely is. The question is do you need a lawyer or don't you? That's really the $64,000 question. And so as I learn more information, I feel obligated to convey that to you so that you can use that in your decision-making matrix. Here's what I know. I've talked to approximately 6 people from around the country, all of which got to me after ATF already got to them. That means they already had letters from ATF and they had been paid a visit by ATF. In every instance, the individual was in possession of the trigger and voluntarily surrendered the trigger to the ATF agent. Now, this is what I want you to be clear of. I do not have a single story that discusses a miserable or adversarial contact with ATF. In fact, every story has been very similar, which is they contacted the agent said he was interested in one item and one item only. They arranged for a meeting. The individual turned that item over to the agent. They signed their 3400.23 or 3400.1. I recommend the .23, but in this instance, I don't think it matters as much. In a couple of instances, the agents wanted to ask questions. One person did answer them. A couple of others declined. In many other instances, once the exchange was made and the person received the receipt for their 3400.23 that they had signed, that was the end of the contact. That was the end of the contact. I've had a couple of people tell me that the ATF has given them 3 choices when they show up. Number 1, give us the trigger. Number 2, show us that the trigger's been destroyed. Or number 3, play hardball with us and we'll play hardball with you. Now, is this the hill worth dying on? I'm going to let all of you decide that. For me personally, if I was involved in this is not the hill worth dying on. So, I want you to be aware that I do not have any horror stories right now about ATF kicking in doors, being really aggressive, adversarial, rummaging through houses, showing up with search warrants and things like that. I don't have those stories. Now, if I get a story like that, trust me, you all will be the first to know. But that's the second important point that I wanted you to be aware of. Okay, and the third and final point, and we've done a video on this already, but in case you're just catching up on this now, who is likely to be contacted by the ATF? Based upon what I know today, take that for what it's worth, this is an ever-moving target. If you purchased a rare breed FRT 15 trigger from either Rare Breed, Rifle Remedy 2000, or just about anybody else, you likely are going to be paid a visit by the ATF. If you purchased a wide open trigger from Big Daddy Unlimited or any other retail operation selling their wide open trigger, you likely are going to get a visit from the ATF. If you purchased a solvent trap from Diversified Machine, even if you filled out a Form 1 and got approval, you likely are going to receive a visit from the ATF. If you purchased a binary trigger, I do not believe that you will be receiving a visit from the ATF. So, to recap what our news updates is on the triggers. Number 1, Rifle Remedy 2000 is a real person. It is not an ATF account. Please leave that kid alone. Number 2, my experience, the anecdotal experience that I have received so far from people around the country, and it's scattered around the country, is that their interactions with ATF have been polite, cordial, friendly, to the point, and nothing else has come of it. So you need to be aware of that. Number 3, who's likely to get an ATF visit, who's not? If you purchase the Rare Breed trigger, FRT 15, if you purchase the wide open trigger, if you purchase one of those hokey little solvent traps, you're likely going to get a visit. If you purchase the binary trigger, for now, it appears that ATF is not interested. Listen, we're going to have another video coming out tonight also about Rifle Remedy 2000, and I want you to pay careful attention. We need to give this kid a break. In the meantime, you may have more questions about this issue or anything else related to your Second Amendment rights, and if you do, don't ever hesitate to contact us at WashingtonGunLaw.com, or of course you can call us directly at 425-765-0487. Now, let's remember, part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here at Washington Gun Law, is to know what the law is in every situation and how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.